Maria, can I talk to you for a moment? My son isn't replying to my messages. Has he told you anything? Is he home? It's getting late in the night.
Good evening. How are you? It's been a while since we met. My husband is taking a bath right now.
All right, I guess that's why he's not replying to my messages and calls. Tell him to call me back when he gets out.
Of course.
By the way, it's already been 2 years since you two got married. How's your cafe going? Any plans for your future?
Thanks for checking on me. Fortunately, my business is going pretty well. Many people come to eat at my cafe. Every day is a busy day. We've got a lot of regular customers, and we're also coming up with ways to attract new customers as well. The seats are full most of the time.
What? I'm not asking if your business is going well or not. I'm asking you when you're planning to close down your restaurant.
I don't plan to close down. We're doing really great. There's no reason to close down. And many people visit us, feeling excited to taste our menu. We put a lot of effort in coming up with new seasonal menus, and they're one of the most popular dishes at our cafe.
Even so, I don't see why you won't close down. Are you aware of your age? You're 32. That's about a third of your life. How about you become a housewife and support your husband? You're too old to pursue your hobby. I think it's about time to focus on your housework.
It's not a hobby. I do enjoy working at my cafe, but it's a business. I'm a cafe owner. I manage the cafe as my job.
But isn't it hard when both of you work? My son has a job, and you also insist that you have a job as a cafe owner. I doubt you have enough time to complete the housework at home.
My husband is very cooperative. We work together to do things around the house. We're managing fine, so I don't think you have to worry about us. We're dividing our roles, and we each have different chores to complete. I think we're working very efficiently.
Don't you understand? I'm telling you not to make my son do housework. He is tired from a long day of work. I'm so sorry for him. He shouldn't have to do anything at home.
But that applies to me, too. I also have a job, and I feel tired after a day of work. We try to support each other as much as we can.
My son makes enough money to support both of you. I don't see why you have to work outside, too. I wouldn't call that efficient. You might think you have a successful business, but it's not easy to manage a cafe on your own for a long period of time. Your business would face a downfall soon enough. Have you thought of what you would do when you get pregnant? You'll have to close down. You can't work when you're pregnant. It's better if you can just become a housewife to look after your children at home.
No, I won't close down. I already have plans for that. I'll work for as long as I can, and I'll ask my co-owner, who's in charge of the cooking, to cover for my responsibilities for some time while I take my maternity leave. Plus, my friends from vocational school have my back. They're willing to help me whenever I'm short of hands.
Even so, you never know what would happen in the future. I bet you don't serve any decent food at your cafe. Probably just expensive with a mediocre taste. People will soon be tired of the menu and would stop visiting your cafe. I advise you to start facing the reality. What if you had to borrow money in the future to support your business? That's going to be awful.
I know the risks as a business owner, so I'm trying my best to make my business successful. I try to plan ahead. Thanks for your advice, though. It reminds me of how risky it can be.
And what are your plans for giving birth? When are you planning to get a baby? You're getting older. You have to start preparing now, or it would be too late. What would you do if you can't get pregnant because of your age?
Having a baby is a blessing. It's not something we can control.
Think about your age. The time limit is just ahead of you. You'll soon be too old to get pregnant. It's probably because you're busy working at the cafe. I bet you don't make enough time to spend with my son.
I do make time to spend with my husband, and I don't think that I'm old yet. We don't have to rush, in my opinion.
Then why are you still not pregnant after being married for 2 years? I can't believe it.
We are taking our time and doing things at our own pace.
I'm very worried about my son's future. You're making me very worried because you're taking things too slowly.
I'm sorry, but we made our future plans as a couple. After having some discussions with my husband, we know what we're doing. I hope you can leave us alone and respect our decisions. We're compromising and finding our own style as a couple.
I guess there's no point in telling you anything. You don't seem to listen to me at all. Remember, I've been living longer than you and know what's best to do in life.
I do respect your advice and opinions as well. Thanks for being considerate.
No need to flatter me like that. I know you don't feel that way. I really don't understand why my son married a stubborn girl like you. It gives me a headache.
I'm sorry if I'm the reason for your headache.
If you're sorry, how about you do what I tell you? You'll soon regret not listening to me. I'm warning you. Maria, do you have some time now? Are you still working?
No, I just finished preparing for tomorrow. I have some time now.
Oh, I see. I didn't know your cafe closed this early.
We don't serve dinner at my cafe, so we close pretty early. By the way, your friend visited my cafe today. She was really nice.
Yes, I know that. That's why I texted you. I wanted to make sure. I hope you weren't rude to her.
I don't think I was. She told me she loved our menu. I was really glad to hear that. And she even promised to visit again. She was a very sweet person.
I see.
Did she complain about anything? I hope she wasn't just lying to make me feel good.
No, she didn't say much. She just told me she enjoyed the food. But she's the type to think all of the food she tasted was good. So don't be too happy about her advice. She would still say it was delicious even if it was awful.
I'm just glad she had a good experience at the cafe. She left with a smile, and that's what I hope for most. And she tried our most popular menu. I'm pretty confident that she liked it.
But actually, she told me one thing that made me feel concerned. She told me that your co-owner was a man. I never knew that.
Yes, I work with my friend who was my junior at the restaurant I used to work for. I might not have told you that before. He dreams of having his own restaurant one day, so he's learning some necessary skills as he works for my cafe.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, to be honest. You spend time with him a lot, and you two are the only ones working at the cafe with no other employees. He's a man, you know. Don't tell me you're cheating on my son.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? You can't be serious. He's just my coworker. There's nothing more than that. It's no big deal. You can't just be suspicious of all the men I meet at work.
But I don't know. You do everything together at work, right? Something looks suspicious here.
We're serious about our job. We're too busy working to think about having an affair. You know that I'm married to my husband. I love him from the bottom of my heart. And just to make things clear, my coworker is also dating someone else. There's no way we're having an affair.
Some people still decide to flirt even when they're seeing someone, so I don't think that would prove your innocence.
Do I look like I'm that kind of person to you? I'll never do that, and he'll never do that as well. I feel like you're looking down on us as people who would easily cheat on their partners. Our only goal is to serve good food and make our customers happy. We're taking this business very seriously. And we also have other employees at the cafe who work as waiters. We're rarely alone in the cafe. There's nothing to be suspicious about. I respect him as a coworker, and he respects me as the owner of the cafe. There's nothing more to our relationship.
I doubt it. From my perspective, it seemed like you didn't want to close down because you'll have to end things with him. You'll lose your opportunity to spend time with your secret lover. I didn't understand why you didn't want to close down, but now everything makes sense.
Please stop thinking that way. It's not true, and it's rude to both of us.
Oh, are you angry because I found out your little secret?
No. My husband also knows that I work with him. He trusts me and knows how important he is to me as my coworker. He's actually visited our house several times. We sometimes invite him over to have dinner with us.
What did you just say? You invited him over?
Yes, I invited him to come visit me and my husband for dinner. My husband is also close to him, and we're all really good friends. There's really nothing going on between us. I don't understand why you're so worried about me having an affair with him.
Have you ever thought about how my son might be feeling about you and your coworker?
My husband is very supportive about it.
Oh, so my son approves of you having an affair with another man. I guess I won't have to wait long until you get a divorce with my son.
What? I meant that he's supportive about my business. He understands that I respect my coworker as my business partner.
But if you're so caught up in your job, I bet my son will soon get tired of you. He would want a better wife who would care for him more as a supportive housewife. You're starting to feel like you're better than him as a successful business owner, no? I'm telling you, you'll soon realize what a large mistake you made for not caring about the household enough.
I care about my family a lot. My husband means a lot to me. I value both my job and my family. I care for both.
But compared to a housewife, you aren't doing enough, and I know you're aware of that.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but we have our own ways of supporting each other as partners. We don't have to fit into the stereotypes.
Let's say you were a professional chef at one of the best restaurants in the country. I would keep my mouth shut if you had such a prestigious career. But you're just a normal cafe owner who does business as a hobby. I don't want you to ruin my son's life just because you enjoy being a cafe owner.
I'm taking my business very seriously. Can I ask a favor? Could you please try visiting my cafe once? We don't serve those ready-made meals at our cafe. We're very serious about our menu and take a lot of time to plan, cook, and serve. You would understand how much effort we put into this business if you can come visit us at the cafe.
Do you think I have enough time for that? Also, I only eat high-quality food. I don't consume any of those fast foods. I would never be satisfied with your menu. There's no need for me to taste it.
Okay, my cafe has a great reputation, so I am confident you would have a good experience visiting my cafe.
Let me make this clear. I don't approve of you having a job when my son already makes enough money to support both of you. I can't accept how you make my son do housework after he comes home from a long day of work. I don't think someone like you who brings home trouble deserves to be with my son. I hope you realize how much your hobby affects the people around you negatively. Do you know how much of a burden you are to my son? It would be ideal if you could just break up with my son. Maria, have you opened your cafe yet? It's still early in the morning.
It's not open yet. We're still preparing for our lunch menu.
I have a favor to ask you. Can I talk to you for a moment?
Of course. I would be willing to help if the favor is within my capabilities.
You're the only one who's capable of doing so. You're the only one I can ask. My friend's birthday is coming up, so I'm planning to have a birthday party for her.
Well, that's very sweet of you.
Right? I know. And I thought I might do it at your cafe. Is it possible to reserve the whole cafe for the party?
Really? Are you sure you want to have the party at my cafe?
Yes, do you remember the friend of mine who visited your cafe the other day? She was the one who suggested that your cafe might be the best place to hold the party.
I see. Well, I'm glad she thought that way.
So, I want to make a reservation for next Thursday. There will be about 30 of us. How about I reserve the whole cafe for 3 hours? Is that possible?
30 people? Let me check. Do you have any preferences about what you would want to be served at the party? I'll take note if you have anything in particular that you want us to serve.
Let me think. Maybe a simple lunch course would be nice. I would prefer fish as the main dish rather than meat. It would be great if the price is under $50 for one person. Do you think you can do that?
Okay, let me write that down. But if you're aiming for a simple lunch course, you might want to drop the price down a bit more.
Don't worry, we grandmas have a lot of money. When are we supposed to spend all the money we saved while we were still young?
Okay, if you insist so.
I hope you can check with me after you decide on the menu. Text me again after you finalize what you would be serving at the party. I just want to make sure it aligns with what I asked you.
Of course. It's a great opportunity for me to prove that I'm taking this business very seriously. I'll do my very best, so please look forward to it.
Yes, I'm actually excited to try your food. Your cafe has a pretty good reputation in the neighborhood, so your menu must be great. I've heard that your cafe was published in a magazine the other day. How wonderful. If your cafe is so good that it was published in a magazine, I thought I might give it a taste as well.
Thank you. I'm glad you changed your mind. I'll try my best to meet your expectations and definitely surprise you and your friends with some great food.
Maria, good morning. I assume you're starting to get ready for the party?
Yes, that's right.
Actually, there's something I want to apologize to you about. Can I talk to you for a moment? I would like to cancel today's reservation.
What?
Unfortunately, the friend who I planned the birthday party for told me that she wouldn't be able to come. Apparently, she caught a cold. I have no other choice than to cancel. I never expected her to get sick on her birthday. I'm sorry to ruin your plans today. I bet all the ingredients you were prepared to serve 30 people would go to waste. You prepared to hold a party at your cafe today. Now that I canceled the reservation, it must be a huge loss for your cafe.
No, it's okay. I haven't done anything to prepare for it, so it's all right.
What? You haven't been preparing for my reservation today?
Yes, that's right.
Didn't I tell you that I wanted to reserve the whole cafe today? I asked you to prepare a lunch course for 30 people.
Yes, you did tell me that. But I knew that you wouldn't be having the birthday party at my cafe, so I didn't prepare for it. I know that you're planning to go see a play today at the theater. I assume that's correct?
Why do you know about my plans?
I heard about it from your friend.
Who?
Don't you remember that friend of yours who visited my cafe a while ago? She really seemed to love my cafe, and she's now a regular customer. She visits almost every day. I'm very thankful for her support.
Really? I never knew.
Yes, she's a very sweet person. And do you remember what you told me about her? You said that she was the one who gave you advice about holding the birthday party at my cafe. So I figured I should thank her for that, but then she didn't understand what I was talking about. And I realized that you were lying to me.
What do you mean? How do you know it's a lie? Don't blame me. You can't be sure that everything is a lie. I actually didn't invite her to the party, so she wouldn't know.
Oh, really? But you did cancel today's reservation, so all ended well. Lucky me.
Nothing is well. What would you have done if I didn't cancel today's reservation? I bet you didn't prepare for today's reservation on purpose so that you could embarrass me in front of my friends. Do you know how evil you are?
I don't care what you think about me. You're banned from my cafe.
What did you just tell me?
Your friends offered to help me do some research about you. Thanks to their help, I found out the truth.
Research? For what? What truth did you find out?
About whether the birthday party was actually planned or not. I found out that you were bragging to your friends about getting a ticket for the popular play scheduled today. So I assumed that you pretended to make a reservation just to make me suffer.
No, why would I ever do that?
Then do you have proof? Can you prove your innocence? I would believe you if you can show me the invitations you sent to your friends for the birthday party. And I would apologize to you for not preparing for today's reservation.
I don't have them with me anymore. I can't show them now.
Then I guess you don't deserve my apology.
Maria, what's with your attitude? I'm your mother-in-law. You ignored your mother-in-law's reservation, and you don't seem to regret anything. Do you even have common sense?
I think you're the one without common sense. You're the one who's being unbelievable. I had some discussions about what to do in the future with your son. And we came to the decision that it might be best if we break relations with you. My husband would go see you in person to talk to you about this, so I hope you can have a talk with him directly.
It's no big deal breaking relations with you. I never approved of you to be my daughter-in-law anyways. I don't really mind.
It's not just me. My husband would also be breaking relations with you.
What? Why would my son ever do that to me?
He's had enough of your immature actions and came to the decision of breaking relations with you. He told me that he's been receiving countless messages from you telling him to get a divorce from me. He showed me the overwhelming amount of messages. It was creepy, actually. And he said you even called him during his work hours to pressure him about getting a divorce with me. You're disturbing him while working. How can you do that to your son?
I didn't disturb him. It was just a casual talk between son and mother. It's not a big deal.
But my husband was annoyed and exhausted from having to reply to your messages and calls. And I know you've been spreading bad rumors about me to the people around you. You are ruining my reputation, and that's a crime. If you continue doing so, we plan to hire a lawyer to deal with the case. We can't let this go on any longer.
A lawyer? I think you're going overboard. It's unnecessary.
You spread rumors about me cheating on my husband. When did I ever do that? Didn't I explain to you in detail the other day? I don't think I'm overreacting. I'm just trying to take the necessary steps.
Okay. I won't do that anymore. Is that enough for you?
Yes, don't do that ever again. And we'll break relations with you so that we'll never see each other again.
What? You're still angry? I just apologized to you.
Both my husband and I would never forgive you for what you did. We hope we'll never see you again.
Why are you so angry? What's the big deal?
It's all because of you. How about you reflect on your actions for the past few years? And one of your friends' husbands owns a restaurant like me. You should know how lethal it is to cancel a reservation on the actual day. You should know better than this. All your friends seemed surprised to hear about what you were planning to do at my cafe.
Hey, how many people know about this? About how I planned to cancel the reservation on purpose?
Why would I know? I don't know how many friends you have. But as far as I know, many of your friends plan not to get in touch with you ever again, finding out about what kind of person you really are.
Maria, I'm so sorry. I promise not to do it ever again.
Yes, I don't think you deserve a second chance. If you did the same thing again, I will take the necessary steps and seek help from the experts.
How about we end it peacefully this time? Can you tell my friends that it was just a little fight between you and I? Don't make it sound like I'm the villain. You know, I can't just lose my friends.
You should tell them directly. I don't think it's my responsibility. If they really consider you as their friend, they'll probably be willing to hear the story from your perspective. Only if you weren't so rude to them on a daily basis. I wish you good luck in trying to convince them.
I'm about to lose not only my son, but my friends as well. Don't you feel sorry for me?
Why would I? You did worse things to me, remember? And I think you deserve it. To be honest, it's all the result of your actions.
Let me apologize, Maria, please. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me. If you forgive me, I know everyone else would also understand.
Let me make things clear. It's not like everything would go back to normal if you apologize to me. Think about how much trouble you're causing to your surroundings. Do you know how much of a burden you are to your friends and family? Your mean and evil actions, inconsiderate of the people around you, they all came back to you. My husband had a talk with his mother, and they came to an agreement after a long discussion. My husband forbade her to come near our house and my cafe, and also banned her from contacting both me and my husband in any way. In case of an emergency, my husband's sister would help us communicate with her mother. I'm glad she respects our decision and is willing to help us out. If she ever broke the rule again, we will definitely take legal action and bring the case to court. She suffered from shock after her friends left her and my husband decided to break relations with her. And apparently she now barely goes outside and never leaves the house. She used to love to brag and badmouth others behind their back, so I guess her problematic personality caused people to cut relations with her. She wasn't the best person to hang out with, obviously. I hope she got a taste of her own medicine and would change her personality for the better. Hopefully she reflects on her mistakes while she's at home. That would be what's best for her as well. After breaking relations with my mother-in-law, I've had a very busy but fulfilling life. My cafe is doing very well and many customers visit on a daily basis. It's all thanks to the people around me who supported me during my hard times. I can't thank them enough. I will never forget what they did for me, and hopefully I get to return something to them as well. That's my goal for the future. I will live a happy life with my beloved husband and build a lovely family with him, spending the rest of our lives together as we support each other.